DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Topic of this video is a follow-up on a different level from a video that I recently put out about taking less time in between tasks. And this is about taking less time in between decisions and revelations and making real changes in your life. So let me explain. With the previous video, what I was talking about was on a micro level. So over the course of a day, let's say you got a to-do list and you got 10 things you need to get done. What happens with a lot of us today, especially those of you who are entrepreneurs and you make your own schedule, so you basically do things when you feel like doing them, is you'll do something, and then when you get done task number one, then you get on Instagram for 17 minutes, then you get to task number two, then you're talking to a friend for 30 minutes, then you get to task number three, and then you go eat something that takes 45 minutes, then you get to task number four, and then you get to the end of the day, you only finish 5 or 6 of your 10 tasks, and then you're saying, well, these tasks keep piling up and I don't have enough time to get things done, when the actual issue is not that you don't have enough time, because the amount of time that all of us has never changes. So if you don't have enough time, you got a big problem because it ain't changing. It's how you're using your time and you allowing those little leaks of time or big leaks of time in between tasks to eat up time that you should be using to get things done. So what I talked about in that video was get done task number one, move right into task number two, then right into number three, right into number four, right into number five. That's a discipline challenge. It's also a structural issue. You put the right structure in place, it will be easy to go from one thing to the next without having those leakages of time. And again, that's a structure thing. That's not just a push yourself and make yourself do it thing. And I help you with that inside Work On Your Game University. But what we're talking about in this conversation is shortening the amount of time it takes you in the macro to make decisions and come to revelations about changes that need to happen in your life. So for example, the thing that I just told you about, knowing that you need to reduce that leakage of time in between task number one, number two, number three, number four, knowing that that's happening and knowing that you need to do something about it structurally so that it stops happening over and over again. What I'm telling you here is that it shouldn't take you 6 months to figure this out. It should take you like 6 days to figure this out. At the end of a week, you know, look at your week and say, all right, what did I do this week? Why am I not getting done all the tasks that I said I was going to get done? Oh, here's why. Because of these leakages of time. You know what? Next week, this is not happening again. I'm going to do something about this right now. It should take you no more than 1 week to figure that out. Not 6 years. And then 6 years later, you're like, all right, for the last 6 years, I've been having this issue of time leaking and me not getting everything done. Let me go see if I could do something about this now. Now there's been 6 years of me wasting time and not getting done the things that I want to get done. It shouldn't take you 6 years to figure this out. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? If you're not in the shape that you want to be in, it shouldn't take you 5 years to figure out, you know what, maybe I should hire a personal trainer instead of trying to do it on my own, because clearly the last month of me doing it on my own has shown me that I can't. It shouldn't take you 3 years to figure out that you can't do it on your own. You've been fat and out of shape for 3 years. Now you finally going to do something about it. It doesn't make any sense. Or if your goal is you want to make, I talk to entrepreneurs every day. Almost every entrepreneur I talk to, if they aren't already, the target number I hear from everybody is either $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month. All right, I hear this from damn near every entrepreneur I talk to, if they aren't already making it. Anyone who's under that number, they want to make that $100,000 or $10,000 a month. All right, if you've been trying for the last 2-3 years to make $100,000 a year or $10,000 a month and you have failed to do so, then it shouldn't take you 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years to finally realize, you know what? Maybe I'm not the one with the plan to actually do this. Maybe I should go get some help from somebody who actually knows how to do it so that they can help me get my stuff in order so that I can actually do it, instead of you continually trying to do the same thing by yourself over and over again that's not working, and you let years and years go by before you finally do something about it. The whole point here is, folks, it should not take you years of trial and error to realize that your trials are only producing errors and that you need to stop trying to do it on your own. I need to keep trying to do things on my own. It's usually a failing strategy that is utilized by people who are too lazy, too fearful, or too comfortable to do anything that's going to push you out of your comfort zone. Let me say that again. Doing things on your own was the process of trial and error, because you're going to keep trying to do things on your own and you're not even sure you even know what you're doing. This is the process adopted by people who are either too lazy too fearful or too comfortable to allow yourself to be moved out of your comfort zone. And this is why a lot of people don't make change, because the laziness is, well, I got to talk to another person. They're going to tell me to do some stuff that I probably don't want to do. So I'm going to just keep doing the things on my own and tell myself that this is a good strategy because it feels good, it sounds good. Fearful is, well, I'm afraid of having to do some things that I'm not comfortable doing or not used to doing. So instead of me dealing with that fear head on and actually doing it anyway, which is the definition of courage, let me just stay in my lane and stay in my comfort zone and keep doing the things that I'm already doing, which I already have proven to myself do not work. Or the comfort. I'm comfortable just doing things on my own, and I'm marginally successful, marginally winning, even though I'm not close to the actual goal that I say that I have. So you know what? Let me just tell myself that if I just keep doing this, it'll eventually be fine. And any human being, if you're over the age of 18, you've gotten good at rationalizing. All rationalizing is I'll break it down in 2 words. I did a whole podcast episode on this. Rational lies. Good sounding lies that you tell yourself that make you feel good about sticking with the status quo. The status quo, by the way, is for losers. In case any of you didn't know, the status quo is for losers. The status quo is the domain of a loser. Why? Because if you're maintaining the status quo, that means you're trying to stay the same while the rest of the world is moving forward and advancing. So why would you want to do that? You're by definition, you're losing, because you're trying to stay in one spot but the world's moving forward. That means losing. It's like standing still on a moving treadmill. You're going to lose. So anyway, these are the things that lead to people taking too long to finally come to the realization, like, hey, I got to do something different here. What I'm doing right now is not working. And all of us have things in our lives that we are trying to do right now or working on or been trying to process that are not working, yet we haven't yet gotten ourselves to the point of having a real conversation with ourselves and saying, okay, this doesn't work. How about I do something different? And the longer it takes for you to figure that out, the more time gets used up that you no longer have access to. You lose that time. It's gone. You can't get time back. You can get money back. You can get energy back. You can get attention and focus back. Just take a nap. You'll have more attention and focus. You'll go to sleep. You'll have more energy. Go sell something. You'll have more money. Once time is gone, it's gone. And the longer it takes you to realize that a wholesale change needs to happen in your life, the more of your life you are actually allowing to go by without getting to the outcomes that you want to get to. This means you're disrespecting yourself, you're disrespecting your higher being, whatever higher being you believe in and gave you life and granted you the opportunity and the talent and the potential to do what you could do in life. You're disrespecting them because they granted you this opportunity and you're not even using it because you are too comfortable, lazy, or fearful to do anything different than what you've been doing up to this point. So really, it's not about, damn sure ain't about me. It's about you. It's about your higher being, whoever you answer to. And it's also about your family and your community and the people who you will want to do something for. When I talk to people who come into my university, I ask them, like, once we actually start helping you hit your goals, what would you do for yourself? What would you do for other people? And a lot of times people say, well, I don't really want to do anything for myself. I would do something for my kids. I do something for my mom. I help my community out. I give to my family. A lot of times people talk about what they would do for other people in their lives. Well, how are you going to serve them if you won't even do anything to help yourself to get to the level that you claim that you want to get to? If you won't even do anything to help yourself, then you're unqualified to help them. So I'm going to let you sit with all that and tell you all that. I have a daily motivation text that I send out for free every morning, straight to your phone, to everybody in my text community. You want to get that message, text me at my number, which is 305-384-6894. And every day when that message goes out, everyone in my community gets that message. You can even text me back and have a exchange with me because I do actually read and reply to those texts. Secondly, Work on Your Game University. And by the way, these links are down below in the description. Work on Your Game University. That's the place where you can work with me directly. If you want to be coached by me, if you like to work with me directly, if you want to get access to all of my frameworks and systems and programs for doing these things that you hear me talk about in these videos, and you would like to have me actually coach you on implementing this stuff into your life and your business, because that's what happens in the university, go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. The phone number for my text and the link to Work on Your Game University, both down in the description of this video. Work on your game. Dre all day.